God bless you. Like always, I'm going to record a message about the rapture of the church. And I try to give you more clues about the rapture. How the Christian is going to be raptured up on the Feast of Trumpets, on Rosh Hashanah, or Yom Teruah, whatever you want to call it. That's the Feast of Trumpets. That's the Feast of Trumpet, and they have different names for different languages, but that doesn't mean anything special. That is just the name, the Feast of Trumpet. And they celebrate the Feast of Trumpet every year. In Israel, in Jerusalem, the Jews, they celebrate this feast. It was commanded to Moses to celebrate 7 feasts. And this is the 5th feast, is the next event that the world is going to be surprised by it. Because when millions disappear around the planet, believe me, governments are going to freak out. Oh yeah, the governments are going to freak out because they don't know what happened. They're going to think it's an alien invasion, and sad. There's a lot of people believing that. Okay, I'll tell you better. The Feast of Trumpets is the rapture of the believer in Jesus Christ, like the apostle says, if you believe that Jesus died on the cross and he was raised from the dead, you will be up to in the cloud to meet Jesus in the cloud. That was is a hope for every believer today, that you don't have to pay anything, you don't have to do anything, just believe. Believe in Jesus Christ, that he died and he was raised from the dead. You shall be saved. You will be going in a rapture with me. Like I believe in salvation, that Jesus Christ paid for me on the cross everything that God demanded to it. And God demanded perfection. If you are not perfect, you don't have Jesus, you're wasting your time. You better come to Jesus, and he will show you the way. God is the way. He will show you to the way to his Father, God. So you see, the Apostle Paul, he gives a lot of things about the rapture, and maybe because he was taken up to heaven. He was raptured up. He went up to heaven when some of the cities left him half dead over there outside the city. They stoned him to death. So God took him. Maybe at that time he healed him too, you know. And the pastor said that he saw, God showed him things that he could not utterly speak. So that means he knew something that the rest of the apostles didn't know. Because he was taken up to heaven, he was raptured up. The same way that we are going to be raptured up. And how? When our bodies needs to be transformed. Flesh and blood is not going to go over there. They need to be transformed, change our body. And that's what he's showing in 1 Corinthians 15. How the body is going to be changed, but when? He tell you, let's say there's a few idioms that the Jews have for the Feast of Trumpet. For example, when they say, nobody knows the day of the hour, when Jesus Christ was talking about, and nobody knows the day of the hour, only the Father, is right. Nobody knows. But when they say nobody knows, they already know. Oh, he's talking about the Feast of Trumpets. And the Feast of Trumpets, you are going to be raptured up. That's what he was trying to say. But the Jews, they understood that. But the church, they don't understand that. There is another idiom that he used for, in the last trumpet. What is the last trumpet? Some of our religions, like a Seventh-day Adventist church, they come out and say that the last trumpet is that the angels sound in Revelation when judgment and destruction come. No, he's not talking about when the apostle wrote this epistle. John the Revelator, he not even was close to write this book, to write the Revelation. So the book of Revelation wasn't written yet. So you see, there's no way that you can, say that the last trumpet is the judgment that is on the book of Revelations. No. The Jews, they understood, they knew. When the apostles say the last trumpet, that means, he's talking about the Feast of Trumpets. So you see, the Feast of Trumpet is a big deal, not just for the Jews, but for us, believers in Jesus Christ. Because of that feast, of that time, we are going to be raptured up to heaven. Hey, what a better news than that? Huh? There's no better news than that. That we are going to be taken up to be with the Lord. And the Bible said that we are always going to be with Him. So in His coming, when He's coming to the planet to put a stop to the Antichrist, we are coming back with Him. He is coming back with all His saints, like the Bible says. He's coming back. And if He's coming back with the church, it's because we left before. Sometime earlier, we left. We went up to heaven in a rapture and come back. 7 years later, to put a stop. Because to put a stop to the Antichrist. Because if Jesus Christ don't do that, I think he will finish the human race. They will kill each other. So you see, Jesus come back with His saints. So I'm going to read to you, like today may be, the last message, because today is Monday, October 3rd, and today starts the Feast of Trumpets in Israel. And I think they saw the moon already coming out about 8:30 this morning over there. And I think they start blowing the trumpets already. They're going to sound 100 times the trumpet. And the 100 trumpet and the 100, the last one, that's what the apostle is talking. At the last trumpet, they say, Tekiah Gedola. It's a big blast. The last trumpet is a big blast. The other trumpets are for people to come to wake up. Like the church today, they need to wake up. The Jews, they are doing it. But the church, I think they are asleep. And like the church of Laodicea, I think they are the church. They are cold, no hot. That's the church of today. Everything is about money. That's the church of Laodicea. Today is about how much money they're going to raise this Sunday. It's not about Jesus no more. No, it's not about Jesus. At that church, Jesus Christ is knocking at the door of their heart. You know why? Because Jesus Christ is not in their hearts already, no more. He's outside. And he stayed to be knocking so people can let him come in. No, but they are asleep and being lied to and being deceived by the false prophets, false teachers, false pastors, that the only thing that they see is money. That's the church of Laodicea today. And I feel sorry, because if you are trapped on that kind of church, you're going to be left behind. Because you're not going to know the time when God visited the church in the rapture. The same thing happened with the Jews. They didn't understand the day of their visitation when Jesus Christ went to Jerusalem, how he was crying out for Jerusalem. He wrote about, there's a whole chapter, Matthew 23. You can read it. How he was crying because they were just busy in the religious thing. The same thing, the church today, they are busy in how they make more money for their building. The tomorrow is going to be burned up. It's going to be ashes. So you see, there's a lot of people, they are taking his eyes away from Jesus. And they put their eyes on the material things. And I feel sorry for them. They're going to be left behind. I'm going to read to you by a verse, 1 Corinthians 15, where the apostle give a couple clues for the church when it's going, the rapture, when it's going to happen. It's going to happen on the Feast of Trumpets. That's one of the feasts that needs to be fulfilled by Jesus himself. And today might be the last day that we're going to be here, or tomorrow, when the big blast, the last trumpet is sounded. Oh yes, I want to go to heaven. But if not, let's continue waiting, because one time on the Feast of Trumpet, the rapture is going to happen. I believe, the more I study and read, I believe that the rapture of the church is going to be on the Feast of Trumpet. This year, hey, let's go, let's be it. It will take some more time, okay. But it's going to be on the Feast of Trumpet. I'm not going to tell you which year, but one of these years, believe me, we are going to heaven. And today might be the last message that I'm going to record. If not, you're going to keep listening to me. I'm going to keep sending you messages about how to be saved by grace alone in Jesus. Because there's a lot of false religions, false pastors that need to be taking their mask off so people can see. Listen, 1 Corinthians 15, chapter 15, verse 51, it says, behold, I'll tell you a mystery. That's what it is. The rapture is a mystery. A mystery. And listen what it says. We shall not all sleep. After the mystery, we shall not all sleep. It says, but we shall be changed. We shall be changed. In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye. And you know what that means for the Jews? Oh, the Americans, they start calculating the twinkling of an eye, how long it takes to close and open an eye, maybe a fraction of a second, okay? But they are not talking about that. You know what the twinkling of an eye means? For them, that's an idiom for them. When they talk about a twinkling of an eye, is when the sun goes down. That's what their meaning of the twinkling of an eye is when the sun goes down. When you close your eyes like that, that's when the sun goes down. They call that the twinkling of an eye. So you see, it might be that the rapture might happen about 6 o'clock in the afternoon, about 6 p.m. Jerusalem time. Here might be, they are about, I don't know, 6-8 hours ahead. Maybe at midnight here in the United States. Okay, but over there it's gonna be at 6 o'clock in the morning, by in the afternoon. When the sun goes down, that's what the twinkling of an eye means. When the sun goes down, that's an idiom for them. They understood that. Not for today that you start calculating the time of what time you take to close your eyes. Maybe you sleep, you never open them. You know, and listen what it says. For the trumpet will sound, and the dead at the last trumpet. At the last trumpet. That's another idiom for the Feast of Trumpet. When they say the last trumpet, that's the Feast of Trumpet. That we all shall be changed. In a twinkling of an eye, when the sun goes down, at the last trumpet, the big blast, the Kia Gedola. You know, after, it's going to be destruction. Destruction. And listen, the next part, it says, for the trumpet will sound, and the dead will be raised imperishable. The dead will be raised imperishable, and we shall be changed. We shall be changed. And the other part, it says that the dead in Christ is going to rise up first. Then we that are alive, we're going to be raptured up together with them to meet Jesus in a cloud. Oh, what a greatest hope. To meet Jesus, and 7 years later we're coming back with him at his coming. We're coming with Jesus to put a stop and start 1,000 years of reign. That's when the other feast is going to be fulfilled. At his coming, the coming of Jesus, the day of atonement, that's his coming. Then the day of tabernacle. For 1,000 years, we're going to reign with Jesus. Going to be in Jerusalem. It's a great hope for a Christian. Don't let nobody deceive you or lie to you or take your salvation away from you. It's a free gift. You don't need to work for it. It's a free gift. Receive it. Believe in Jesus, that he died and raised from the dead. We're going to be with him. God bless you.